Cool. All right. We are now doing section 7.2 and 7.3, kind of combining these two sections together, because 7.3 is just an extension of section 7.2. So Algebra 1 learning targets are, for these sections, multiplying polynomials by a monomial, or by monomials, just one at a time though. Multiply a binomial and a binomial. In this case, we're going to use the area model to demonstrate this. You don't need the area model, you can just distribute, but the area model works really nicely when you are factoring, when you're working backwards. So I'm going to show that. And we're going to multiply some special products of binomials. It's just another binomial times binomial, but sometimes there are special cases where the numbers always work out nicely in kind of the same way, and they're worth noting. This learning target 3 is section 7.3. So write that down if you want. That's what we're doing. And here are our 3 examples for learning target 1. So each of these is a monomial. Like mono means one, polynomial means many terms. So it's one thing times two things, one thing times two things. These are binomials. And right, or polynomial. Wow. Let's make it a smile. He's happy. Right here we've got a monomial times, well, a polynomial. It's got 4 terms. So basically here, when you're just multiplying a monomial times something else, you're just taking that monomial and you're just distributing it. You're multiplying it to each thing inside the polynomial, each term that is separated by addition or subtraction. So make sure you have these written down. If you need to pause it, write them down, and then, because I'm just going to work through it. I'm not going to give you time because you can hit that pause button. All right, so here we got 4x times 3 minus 5x squared. We're going to take this 4x and we're going to multiply it through those parentheses, because this is how multiplication and addition and subtraction work with grouping. So here what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the regular numbers. So in this case, 4 times 3 is 12. And then we're going to combine the x's via multiplication. But basically we're going to count them up and then apply, like, what exponent do we have? So here we just have 1x that we're multiplying through, so it's just 12x. We're subtracting, so we're going to keep it as subtraction. And then we have 4 times 5 is 20. Multiply the regular numbers. And then here I have an x times an x squared. So x times x squared is x times x, because x squared is x times x. So this is an x to the third. That's what I mean when I say combine those x's, the variables, right, by like multiplying them. But really when we're multiplying, we're just counting, like, hey, how many x's do we have multiplied together? Let's put that exponent on there. Okay, so we're going to do another example right here. Here we have 7x to the third times binomial, right, that's monomial, binomial, 2x to the fifth plus 8x. So we're going to take this 7x to the third, we're going to distribute it. We're going to multiply number times number and combine the variables. Right, still multiplying, but just combine them, because we don't know what x times x really is, just x squared. So here, 2 times 7 is 14, right? Multiply the regular numbers. Here I have x to the third times x to the fifth, right? This is 3 x's, 1, 2, 3 multiplied together. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 together, what does that make? X to the 8th. So here we have 14x to the 8th plus, because it's plus, right? It's plus. And then here we got, okay, 7x to the third times 8x. 7 times 8 is 56. X to the third times x. Well, if it's x to the third times x, we got 3 x's multiplied here. We got 1 there. That makes 4. So x to the fourth. And that's it. That's all this. All right, remember, just find the product. We're just multiplying it out. That's the answer. All right, problem 3. So here we have negative 5x squared times all this stuff. So we take this negative 5x squared, distribute it through just like we did before. In this case, it's a negative, so it's going to, well, we're going to multiply by a negative, which is going to switch the sign. So remember, multiply the numbers, combine the variables. So negative 5, this is 1x to the third, so we just get a negative 5. X squared, x to the third, that's 2 x's, 3 x's, makes 5 x's multiplied together, so x to the fifth. All right, negative 5 times a positive 2 is going to give us a negative 10. x squared and x squared is going to give me x to the fourth. I have 2x multiplied, 2x's multiplied, 4x's multiplied. Negative 5 times negative 4, negative times negative is a positive, so plus 20, because 5 times 4 is 20. X squared and x multiply to give us an x to the third, because it's 2x's and 1x. And here we've got a negative 5 and an 8 multiplied, so that's going to be a minus 40. And then just the x squared tags along. That's our final answer for that one. All right, so that is multiplying monomial times binomial, binomial, polynomial. Just distribute. Remember, you're multiplying the numbers, combining the x's using an exponent, because you're multiplying them, but you're just counting them up. All right, so copy that down if you need it. I'm going to jump to the next slide and erase that. Here we go. So now we're jumping to learning target 2. We're going binomial times binomial. I'm going to start out with a number version, so 30 plus 8 times 30 plus 2. And then we're going to jump into ones that have x's, have variables in them. All right. So here, it's always nice to kind of start with a number version, because, I mean, you kind of get numbers. Here we've got 38 times 32. Think of it as like you've got a fence that's sectioning off a rectangular piece of land that is 38 feet by 32 feet. You want to find what's the area, right? So here I have a 38-foot section of fence, and here I've got a 32-foot section of fence. Now 38 is made up of the numbers 30 and 8. So I can go like 30 plus 8 there. And then 32 is made up of the numbers 30 plus 2. And if I want to find the area, I can just multiply 38 times 32, which, you know, you can like get out your phone, just like find it, or your calculator. But, or we can like multiply this way. And instead of multiplying just those two big numbers, we can multiply all these numbers together. So I've got this square, which is 30 times 30, which is 900. And then I have this rectangle, which is a 30 times 8. 8 times 3 is 24, so that's 240. Here I have 30 times 2. Well, 3 times 2 is 6, so that's 60. And then here I have 8 times 2 is 16. And if I want to find the area of this whole thing, I would just add up each of these little boxes to get 900 plus 240 plus 60 plus 16. Check it out. Those are easy to combine. It's a 240 and a 60. 40 and 60 make 100. So here we have 300 plus 16 plus 900. And then I can combine it all up, right? 3 and 9 make 12. And then plus that 16. So I have 1,216 is the answer for that one. That's not actually what we're doing. That's just like a setup for how we do these. So with these, instead of having like 30 plus 8 and 30 plus 2 multiplied together, we have x plus 8 times x plus 2. So in other words, like one side of the fence is 8 bigger than x, the other one's 2 bigger than x, whatever. It's a polynomial times polynomial. So here, we're just going to do the same thing, but instead of with 30s, we're going to put in x's. So to multiply this, we draw a little area diagram. Don't have to care about how big each side is, because we're going a little abstract here. I'm going to put one polynomial as one side. So this is x, this is 8, and then x plus 2. So this is x, this is 2. So I'm going x plus 8 times x plus 2, where each piece represents a side length. And then I'm just going to multiply in to find the area of each little box, and then I'll add all those up. So here I got x times x. Hey, that's x squared. Here I got 8 times x. Just write that as 8x, because we don't know what x is, so it's just 8x. Here I got x times 2. That's just 2x. And then here, wonderful, I got numbers I can multiply. 8 times 2 is 16. So now I want to find the area, this box. So we just add them all up. X squared plus 8x plus 2x plus 16. We're like, hey, check it out. There's some like terms here. We got an 8x and a 2x. We can combine that to get a 10x, right? Because we get 8 and 2 makes 10. So here, x squared plus 10x plus 16, and that's it. That's our product. That's what we get when we multiply them. All right. Let's move on. Just a couple more examples. Boom. See this problem? It's parenthesis, parenthesis. That implies multiplication when you get parenthesis next to parenthesis. So we're just going to put 2x minus 4. It doesn't matter which one you put where. And then x plus 7. Multiply it out. 2x times x is 2x squared. Negative 4 and x gives us a negative 4x or a minus 4x, depending on how you want to think about it. 2x and 7. Remember, we multiply numbers and combine x's. So 2 times 7 is 14. And then we got the x hanging out. And then we got a negative 4 and a 7 gives a negative 28. Combine all these like terms. Ooh, there's my voice. 2x squared minus 4x plus 14x minus 28. Hey, check those out. They're both x's. Combine those like terms. 14 minus 4 is 10. Positive 10, so plus. So we have a 2x squared plus 10x minus 28. That's the answer. All right. Now, 5x minus 1 times 2x minus 3. So they're both negative, and we got numbers up front on both. Same thing. Just draw that area diagram. So we're multiplying them both. We have a 5x minus 1 and a 2x minus 3. Ooh, that's an ugly. There we go. Remember, multiply numbers, combine the x's. 5 times 2, that's 10. X times x, that's x squared. Negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Bring down the x. A negative 1 and a negative 3 when we multiply is a positive 3. And the thing here, kind of one of the most common Algebra 1 mistakes that I've seen is when we're doing these diagrams, when we're multiplying, sometimes kids forget that we are multiplying